possible. You have 2 hands. Go. Go. Have you guys seen that video? Like, it's the Yoel Romero. Yoel Romero is an MMA fighter. If you've never seen it, just search up Yoel Romero. Anything is possible. It's the OG motivational video of the internet. It's the #1 most motivational video on the internet. Like, I'm talking about more motivational than do it. Just do it. It's more motivational than that. So, like, I'm peeping you guys' game if you haven't checked it out. But most likely you have because it went viral. What is looking for you is, or no, what you're looking for is looking for you. Now, I have consistently seen these words hold as much truth as they could ever hold of any words I've ever heard, right? Um, but I did learn a few little details along the way about how that whole system works, right? So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Um, I'm gonna speak about 4 or 5 different times when this happened, when I was on the search for something and I found exactly what I was looking for. Um, Sometimes it was good and it went well. Sometimes it was bad and it didn't go too well. So I'm kind of trying to explain my experiences so that the next time somebody else is going on this journey, it goes well for you, right? So these days people call it like manifestation, or yeah, I'm manifesting this, or I'm manifesting I get to this year. Um, I don't really know that much about that kind of stuff, to be honest. I've watched some videos on it here and there, but what I do know is that when you put something out there, something is gonna come back to you. That's what I know for sure. The power of the tongue is magical, bro. Like when you say something, something comes back. And I promise you, if you say a bold enough claim and put enough focus and energy on it, you'll see what I'm talking about. Um, and I'm gonna start off by giving a simple example, right? Um, and this is gonna sound very insignificant, but whenever I was in high school, I was a scrawny, skinny kid, right? So I was just like, "Oh, I don't like being like this, right? I want to get stronger." And all I did was start working out. Now it seems pretty basic, but there's a reason I'm starting with the extremely basic example to talk about what happens for these bigger examples. Um, so I started going to the gym. We had a gym in our garage. I would go to the gym. I would do 20 push-ups every morning before I left the house. Anytime I was about to go anywhere, 20, 30 push-ups. And then I had like these 20-pound, 30-pound dumbbells in my room like this every time before I was about to go somewhere. My #1 focus anytime I was going somewhere was that. My #1 focus in general. That was like the top tier thing I enjoyed doing, right? Was lifting and working out and all of that throughout my years in high school. And I remember it was my junior year. Our strength training coach was like, "Oh, Tino, I see that you're getting that the V shape. You know how everybody in the gym, like I didn't understand it then, but like I understand now. Like this is gym culture, like 100%. Like it's a bunch of people saying, "Oh yeah, your traps are looking dope," or this, whatever." So he had pointed out, and I was like, "Oh, so it's actually noticeable." So then I start to look at it more, and I'm like, "Wow, I gained a lot of muscle actually." Because like I lifted up my shorts and I could actually see the definition of this muscle right here on their leg, right? And that was the first time I noticed it for myself. I'm like, whoa, I actually got swole. Like people would say, oh, this, that, but like, no, no, I actually got to a point where I wanted to get, and I didn't even notice the progress myself. I didn't. I still thought it was a scrawny kid. Now that could be body dysmorphia. I'm not gonna put a title to it. All I'm gonna say is I didn't notice it until that day. So I noticed it. I'm like, okay, wow. Now, the reason why I gave that example to begin with is because every single other thing was just as simple as that. Exactly as simple as that. No mystical stuff behind it. Literally just sheer will of the mind and just how a system works, if that makes sense. And Later in life, this same thing happened because also during that time, I was heavily into social media. I wanted to do social media so bad. Me and my friends would make YouTube videos, and they just they were funny to us, but like nobody really caught traction with it. We just kept going though, right? We just kept going, but nothing really happened. To this day, we still talk to each other and say, "Yo, bro, we could have been great." Like some of the stuff we see people doing nowadays, we were doing then. Some of the ideas that we had, like we could have been great at doing it, but we just stopped doing it as a unit of people, right? And it died out. Me and my younger brother kept doing social media. We kept pushing for social media, and then I remember I ended up moving away, and I moved to a country called Albania, right? When I was 18 years old, I mentioned that in the last video, and within the first 2 weeks I was here, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I reacted to Albanian music just randomly. I got 40,000 views. Now you have to understand, for a kid whose highest video was probably like a couple thousand at that time, 40,000, I made it. And it jumped all the way up to I think 70 or something. I had made it, bro. In my mind, I was like, yeah, bro, I'm up next. In my mind, I was like, I'm up next. But once again, if I would have stopped doing social media when I moved away from my friends, I would have never gotten to that point, right? It's that same example of the guy who's digging for diamonds, and there's just one last thing that he has to hit before he finds the diamonds, and he's walking away. And my major point is, it's not even consistency. I don't think it's consistency, because consistency is a byproduct of something else. I think that it's willpower. I think consistency is a byproduct of willpower, because without the will to do something, without the drive to do something, you're not gonna you will end up losing that consistency over time. You'll lag. It'll just take one day. It'll take one day for you to fall off track, right? And it's hard to jump back on. I've done this with myself many times. So it's the willpower. It's how badly do you want it? And the way that you get to that point is knowing why you want it. It has to be something so innate to you that you're just not gonna let it go. For me, the weightlifting was insecurity of being small, getting bullied, and all of this. So I was like, I gotta get stronger. I'm trying to impress the women and everything like that. This is my adolescent mind thinking as well right here, but obviously. Um, but it happened, bro. Like I remember during high school, I went unnoticed. Or not, maybe not unnoticed, but like I remember a girl that wouldn't normally have said anything to me. I remember I had taken off my shirt one time, and I was wearing like a no sleeve shirt, right? And then she was making a massive deal about it, like, oh my gosh, da 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 da. And I was like, huh, okay, cool. So this is actually what I wanted. Like, I'm happy with that. Like, that's dead what I wanted, of course. So I was pushing for that, pushing for that, pushing for that, pushing for that. Same with the social media. I wanted to do social media because that's what I wanted to do as a career. I always wanted to be a filmmaker. I always wanted to be somebody who makes videos, and I enjoyed watching YouTubers. I enjoyed the lifestyle. I'm like, I want to live that life. So I kept doing the videos in hopes of getting there to that point. I wanted the luxury, I wanted the lifestyle, I wanted the ability to just make content for a living and live out what I want to do for a living. That's what pushed me all those years, right? Now, it's the willpower. I hit that video with the stuff, and then I ended up. I still did it periodically, but I ended up putting it down for a little bit, and I got into photography. I got into actually making small little videos and just getting better with video editing. Um, but I remember TikTok came out, right? And my brother had told me like, "Yo, jump on TikTok," and I actually roasted. I was like, "Ah, nah, I'm not gonna make TikTok videos. I'm not gonna do it." I did. I ended up making one, right? It blew up. The first TikTok video I put out had 250,000 views, right? In about 3 weeks. I think the first day it touched 11K. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, okay, I'm gonna keep doing this. So I kept going, I kept going at it, I kept going at it, I kept going at it. And sooner or later, I got 18,000, 10 or 10,000, 15,000, 18,000, 20,000 views. A couple months later, I'm getting 4 million views concurrent across my entire channel. And I decided I gotta start putting this on Instagram. So then, like, I was actually doing social media. I wasn't doing it for a living. But the understanding that I'm putting out content and I'm getting thousands of views back, that was the exchange that I was always looking for. Was the validation of like, I put out a piece of content and it's getting watched by a bunch of people, right? So I just kept pushing. I think I was dropping like 4 or 5 videos a day, a day, a day, a day, a day, and I was religiously opening it up every morning, looking through it, seeing what to change, seeing what to do, just racking my brain for ideas to put things out. Um, but it's that kind of, you have to have that within you. It has to be a religion to you. It has to be something that you devote yourself to. Otherwise, you'll get burnt out really fast, and that's just what's gonna happen. But what you want also wants you 100%. So now we're gonna get into the bigger examples. I was doing the social media for some time and I had already been living that. I'm like, wow, I'm doing it. This is what I wanted to do. This is dope. This is fire. Like I'm happy here. But then I started getting invited to do like news interviews for the social media. And I was like, bro, I'm getting invited to do news interviews. So I just jumped up a different level. Now I'm getting recognized for doing this, right? On a national level. Wow. And also, if you don't believe me or anything like that, hit my Instagram up. Type in my Instagram, you'll see. Um, Obviously, I don't do those same things now, but like it'll give you enough proof. And if not, DM me. I'll send you all the proof you need to see. Just to because I don't want people to think I'm lying about any of this because it's all true. Because I know if you're watching this, you're gonna be following me. So for the proof, DM me. I'll send it to you. I don't want to post it up on here because this is a video. This is like a diary kind of thing. I don't want to edit it. Um, yeah. Anyway, I remember I was in the city and I told my brother, this is right. Like my social media was like growing and everything. And we were at night, we were looking at the city skyline view. And I was like, bro, my face is going to be everywhere this year. I want my face to be everywhere this year. Just put it out there, threw it out there, right? That's all I did. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything but say those words. My face is going to be everywhere this year. And sure enough, mind you, nobody was around. Nobody was there to listen to it. Nobody was there to do a single thing. Nothing. Just me and my brother and God listening to everything, right? Whatever I put out came directly back, right? Nothing else was there. And I just continued to go about the social media. Opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity came. First one that came through, I'm getting connected with a TV agency saying, "Yo, we want you to be a part of this TV show." Boom! Now I'm on TV. Wow. Okay. Now it didn't end great, but the fact that the opportunity came my way, and I took that opportunity, and you know how they say any publicity is good publicity? Technically, it's the truth because as long as your face is available, people are seeing it. So it does help. It's the truth, actually. Um, in very rare cases, it could be negative, like if you're going to jail or if you're in the news for something like really horrendous. But yeah. Um, yeah, so then a TV show hit me up literally like a month or two later. And I started talking about how I wanted to do it. Boom, okay. And then somebody hit me up saying, "I want you to model my clothing." Okay. And then somebody hit me up saying, "We want you to be in a music video." Okay. And then somebody hit me up saying, "We want to do another interview with you." Okay. And then we want you here, we want you to do this, we want you to do this. It's just opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity after opportunity came through. One after, bro, chill out, calm down. So, one after another, I got opportunities for my face to be put somewhere. Now, I was doing it solely for that, right? Not every opportunity came with the right amount of money that I wanted. Not every opportunity was actually something that I enjoyed doing 100%. And not every opportunity actually ended up perfect, right? Some of my problems, but through those situations, I was still focused more on the fact that I wanted my face to be everywhere. That was my goal that year. I wanted it to be that. I wanted to be and also I wanted to become a meme, right? Funny enough, I think like 6 months prior to me saying that, I said my goal with posting all these contents, this funny content, is to become a meme. And then I started seeing my TikToks getting posted on meme pages. funny, right? So I can't stress this enough. When you understand exactly what you're going after, do everything towards that goal, and things are gonna come back to you. That's all. That's literally all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's just the amount of willpower and effort you can put into something. And then there's a third pillar to this. So you have willpower, you have effort, then you have strategy. Strategy is what you say yes and what you say no to, and strategy is that thinking. This is gonna lead there. This is gonna lead there. This is the quickest way to get there. I can use this like this. Oh, this was bad. How can I flip this to be good? That's the strategic part about it, right? That you should also be thinking about how you're gonna get to where you want to get to. Because sometimes you can get there faster. Sometimes it takes longer. Like for example, with the social media, um, we had no strategy when I was like we just put things out there. After years of doing it, I started looking up strategies. After years of doing it, I started looking up how to understand the data. After years of doing it, I started understanding what works, what doesn't work, trial and error. So I went about it the trial and error way rather than the research or mentorship way. Some other people might get coaching or do this and they listen to someone who's been doing it and then get there faster. It's all about the strategy that you put behind it. It's always about the strategy that you put behind it. So at this point, my face is getting all over the place. And then towards, I think, the end of the year, the biggest one happened, right? Mind you, I'm like, also, no, a little bit before, I also was on this TV show that didn't even air in the country. It aired outside of the country, and I had people taking pictures of, they're watching the TV show and they're sending me like, oh, we just saw you on the show. But it was a small part. I was an extra, right? I was just an extra robbing this drug dealer or something like that. Mind you, once again, like that, not great. But the fact that, like I said, my goal, I want my face to be everywhere. Bang. And I'm getting pictures, people taking pictures, the people I haven't even talked to in a long time by this point, taking pictures of their TV and then sending it to me. Is that not me accomplishing the goal that I set out to accomplish? And I am not actively trying to do it. I spoke it. I said, my face is going to be everywhere this year. And I just kept going with what I was doing. Push, 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 push. And the more I pushed, the more opportunities came. Because the more visible it was what I was doing and what I could do, the more I put myself out there and made myself available to catch these opportunities, they came. Right? The positioning. So the positioning has to do with the strategy part. It's the positioning. Positioning and the willpower, right? There was a third one that I put. I said willpower, strategy. Wow, I already forgot the third one. You'll probably be able to go back. Anyway, my point in all of this is saying that I ended up on a billboard all over the country, bro. All over the country. In the capital city, I was on multiple billboards across the country. I was on multiple of those, like, the bus stop signs. I was on multiple of those. And when I saw that, I remember the first time I saw that somebody that was on a bus, they're driving through the city, they just took a picture and sent it to me. I was like, yo, 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 yo. And it's insane to see that, like it's like, yo, like I just said words and it came back to me. Now, imagine all of those things would have happened. But let's say I just wasn't in the right position to be available for some of them. Like, I ended up moving cities at one point. Now, let's say if I was in another city, some of those opportunities wouldn't have been available for me. So that's positioning is wrong, right? The willpower. Let's say one day I woke up and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to focus on this. I'm going to be focusing on this. I would have not went the direction I went. And so, like when they say everything happens for a reason, sometimes it is, but you get to choose the reason things happen too at the same time. It's not that life is just random and you're going through a random series of events. Nah, you are in control. Control of this is your birthright. And by controlling this, you end up controlling what's happening out here. There are things that are outside of your control. We already know that, but these are laws of the universe. These are laws of nature. When it comes to social settings and ideas and strategies and plans that you have control over that. right? When it comes to your goals, you have control over that. You can 100% accomplish them by just keeping at it. So now I'm at this point, and I've stopped doing social media a long time. Me doing these YouTube videos is me actually jumping back on social media. Um, but my point in saying this is like recently, I had an idea about 3 years ago to build a company around a specific topic, staffing. And then I remember I was speaking with my dad about I was waking up religiously putting my mind to this, right? I have notes on top of note like this notebook is filled up. This notebook is filled up with things I was trying to do, right? So it's this one I got plenty like I was religiously putting my head towards this, putting like and causing action for it. And over time things were working with that as well, but then I diverted my focus to something else. And not that I regret diverting my focus because I did, everything happens for a reason and everything turned out the way it should have turned out. Um, but everything that I was doing then, the project I'm doing now, all the research I did, all the connections I made, every conversation I had is now coming back to what I'm trying to accomplish now. So it's not to say that even whenever, like, it's not that something, once you fall off track, it's dead forever. No, it could come back in a positive way. I'm not doing the same thing I was doing before, but that information and all that effort that I did is still useful, right? It's still something that I can use for today, right? And I created like the best way I can describe this is some people would look at some of the things that happened and say, oh, it was luck. But it's actually not. It's a simple equation. And I think this is a Stoic idea. I don't even want to say from who, but I'm gonna maybe it was Marcus Aurelius. I'm pretty sure, but it's luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Preparation connecting with opportunity is luck, which means it's a phenomenon. Luck is not, it's not something magical, right? It's an instance. It's an instance. Just like me dropping a pen. It can happen. It can happen. And I actually have somewhat control whether the pen drops or not. So everything that I've just explained, I'm going to explain it again in kind of a diagram setting, right? I'm not a good artist right now. I'm getting better. But I wrote this a long time ago. But this is the best way I can describe it, right? Think of this as time. I put like the date and time. So like you have like a, it's like this. Let's put the diagram like this. It's like it's an L shape, right? This is time, right? Going up and down, time. And we are in this center point right here. Right here. We're all moving forward like this. Everybody, everything, right? We're all going forward like this, up. This is this base level is moving up. It's moving forward in time, right? And this is the side view of it. I don't know if you can see this very well. This is the side view of it, right? All of these are different opportunities that are coming through as we're moving forward. This is where we are right here, but you have an opportunity to move this way, to move this way. And sometimes this opportunity can take you back here like this and then go like this. Sometimes this opportunity can take you straight down the path to get to here. Sometimes you go through all of the opportunities. You don't even miss one opportunity that comes your way. There are different kinds of people out there, right? So the whole idea is that when you position yourself in a place to get the most possible value or opportunity that takes you to where you want to go, that's what I think all of it is. And this is why I gave the example of the weight room. I just wanted to get strong. I didn't take protein. I didn't take pre-workout. I didn't touch steroids. I didn't watch gym videos. I didn't do any of that. I just took strength training. I lifted weights every day, religiously, nonstop. I lifted multiple times a day, And this is probably unhealthy, but I was that hell bent on like, I have to build muscle. How do you build muscle? Lifting. That's what it was. It's very simple. The goal was, I need to build muscle. How do you build muscle? You lift. Most people lift once a day, 3 times a week. I lifted twice a day, and anytime I left the house, a quick pump. Like, so the reason why I got the results that I got and I was happy with the results that I got is because I was hell bent on getting those results. I was so focused. I was so driven to get those results. And with the social media, you see it as a little bit of a different thing, right? What I did with the social media is I learned how to edit videos using Premiere Pro. I didn't just edit videos with some random application. Actually, I'm lying. I did for a while until a friend of mine. Now, here's the best example of this diagram. A friend of ours came over and he showed me Premiere Pro. I had no idea what Premiere Pro was before. I was just using this other editor. And he showed me Premiere Pro. So in order for me to learn Premiere Pro, I was like, okay, how do you use it? And from Premiere Pro, I learned how to color grade. I learned how to make a video look more professional. I learned how to do all kinds of stuff, right? That was luck, right? The opportunity came in front of me, right? I was prepared to learn because I wanted to. So I was prepared to learn. The opportunity came, and that became luck, right? So it's a lucky thing that he showed me, of all people at that time, that they came through to visit us at that. And mind you, they never visit us, right? So when they visited and that happened, I look back on that and it's like, oh, that was really lucky that actually happened, because we were about to leave the country at that point in time. So the fact that actually happened, okay, crazy, wow. Now, how this compounds is when I was doing social media at first, I was getting a lot of like other opportunities, like, oh, can you do this? Because people knew me as a video editor too. So people would ask me to edit videos and take photos, and they paid me. Guess which software I used? Adobe. I learned how to edit videos because I was doing social media. An opportunity came for me to use that skill, and I was prepared to use that skill. I was seen through social media, an opportunity came my way, and I could use a skill, and I was able to make money off of that. So the way I had positioned myself, I was positioning myself with a skill set too now as well. So I within this strategy, I also knew how to video edit, right? I knew how social media worked. This is the same thing that came out of a job opportunity. I applied for a job and they told me I was I was overqualified for the position because of how much I knew about social media, right? I gave them an entire game plan about how I would do it, and they were blown away by it because of how much effort and willpower I put into learning how to do this social media before. So just because you leave something in the past here doesn't mean it's not going to come back and help you out. Like that preparation that I did here, an opportunity came that matched that preparation there. So I guess what I'm trying to say is just that anytime I go after something now, anytime I'm doing something, it's I'm not like even this what I'm doing now. I'm doing preparation for all of this too. Like I'm thinking about what I'm gonna say throughout the day. I'm doing a little bit of research on what I'm talking about to try to get it in front of the people that I want to get it in front of. I already know plenty of growth tactics. And realistically, if I really wanted to grow this page like fast, I would start chopping this up and putting it on all platforms and all. Like this is basic social media knowledge. But I'm not doing that because, like I said, I want this to grow in a different kind of way. Um, but whatever you want to do, bro, whatever you want to do, just focus on doing that thing. It takes a lot of sacrifices. You have to ignore certain things. You have to ignore people. You have to ignore events. This is stuff everybody always knows, but I'm just looking back on it and saying all of it is just proof that it works. Like all it takes is you focusing on the goal. But if you act like you have to be extremely sure about what you want as the goal, number one, and it has to truly resonate. Because if it doesn't truly resonate, when you hit the valley of despair and things aren't moving and things aren't working, you'll see yourself give it up. because you're not going to give on something that truly resonates with you. You'll see yourself give it up, right? That's just how it works. You have to, you have to have it there, and it can't go away, right? You can't let any of the doubt get in your head. You can't let any of the procrastination, the laziness. Um, you can't even let insignificant opportunities look like they're insignificant, because you never know what can happen in the future. You never know who could be standing there that day. So when people say take every opportunity that comes, like I suggest you do that. Run through all of them, play the whole game. If you play like a game, then niggas like, you have a final boss that you can't fight yet, so you have to go back and do smaller missions. And then when you get there, that final boss is nothing. It's easy. You ace it. It's the same thing here. It's like, just, just do it. All right, let me stop. More of the story, whatever you're looking for is 100% on its way to you. Whatever you're looking for is on its way to you. Just get the stuff done. Focus on it. Put yourself in strategic positions and work at it every single day. You're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. I'm restarting. I'm at rock bottom again. I'm restarting everything I wanted to do, and I'm already seeing different opportunities come at me that I didn't expect. And it's very funny. I was just on an online meeting with somebody a week ago who I was connected to through somebody else, because I brought it up in a conversation, because that's where my mind was at. Oh yeah, what do you do? Oh, I'm focused on this now. Oh, I can connect you with this person. Boom, boom. This person, I'm talking to him. Yeah, I'm willing to support you, help you out, show you the ropes on this and this. And guess what he said in the meeting? Whatever you're looking for is looking for you too. I'm not actively looking for these things. I just have it up here, and I'm silently working on it within myself and calculating things up here. Whatever I'm looking for, I'm stumbling upon it. I haven't even begun to strategically take or attack or to find. You stumble upon it, and because of having the right preparation and experience in certain situations, I'm able to take the opportunity for what it is. Maybe I don't use it for the best way. Maybe it's not used in the best way, but it was still taken, right? It still wasn't wasted from how I'm looking at things now. And that's just what I suggest anybody else who's trying to do this. Like, whatever you're trying to do, like literally just write down exactly what you're trying to do, why you're trying to do it, and why you know that this is you. And I strongly suggest you look at yourself in the mirror when you do that too, and understand that you're not lying to yourself. Like, if you like, for me, sometimes I'm like, oh, I want to do this and this and this because I want to help everybody do this. This is truly and honestly one of my goals, and I can talk about that in another video. But it's also because I want to make money, bro. Like, I don't want to live on a certain level forever. I also want to make a certain amount of money to where I can accomplish other things that I've been wanting to accomplish, because I have a bigger goal in mind. This is why I'm doing all these other things. So it's like, be honest with yourself and be honest with other people while you're doing things too, because that's the only way you're going to be able to connect with the people who understand and relate to you, and how you're going to be able to jump here and here. Like, I was speaking with a leadership professor, and he was the one who gave me the advice, like, be honest and authentic. Like me saying like, oh, I wanted to get muscles because I just wanted to be healthy. No, I wanted women to look at me and be like, oh wow, like, like, be honest about that kind of thing. Don't because I feel like that number one dampens the when you begin to lie to yourself, you're gonna start lying to everybody else. And if the words have power enough to speak what you want out there and come back to you in a positive way, lying to yourself also has a negative effect at the same time, because you're twisting reality to look a different way. And I remember I heard this from Jordan Peterson, the one saying, like, you can't expect to twist, because reality is based on truth. So you can't expect to throw lies out there. You can't expect to lie and think that it was not going to snap back at you. You think it's going to have no effect on reality, because when you lie, you're like twisting reality like this, at some point it's gonna twist back and things are gonna get shaken up, right? Every single time. So, yeah. Yeah, man. Go after what you want, bro. And it's gonna, yeah, yeah. Go after what you want.